Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Hey, Miss Dora. How you feeling? Thank you for the gifts. You don't have to do that. I appreciate everybody coming in. Hi, itty bitty. I am really tired. Very tired. I go pick up the doggy later this afternoon. My vet sent me a message and said she had stuff to do this morning. So I have some time to myself before I get on the road to go get him. So how was everybody's weekend? I know. I know. My poor little fella's gonna have to be on a little diet. Oh. You know I'm gonna give him pup cups. The weekends are never long enough. But I can say I had a very, very fun weekend. Um oh no. Sabrina, I'm sorry to hear that. I never ever have had strep throat, just a sore throat. Eh. Hi here for it. How are you today? Yes, Dora, it was. It was it was a memorable weekend for sure. Yes, I did. I made it home. I left before nighttime so I wouldn't get lost. My GPS actually worked. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. I tell you. It's always nice though to go to, because I love my state. I truly do. Um, and it's nice to go to places in your state that you've never been before. And I think I'm going to try to do that occasionally, just go to a part of Kentucky that I've not been to. So I've mostly been on the western and central Kentucky. Um, so there's that. Oh yeah, take me to a holler. Oh yeah. I've always heard about a different holler. But thanks for coming in this morning. I just wanted to check in, say hi, and um, all of that. Oh, you can meet Lynn's nephew here. Oh, well, that would be awesome. Yes. Yes, that would be great. Is this going to be a busy day for you today, Dora, with it being a Monday? Yes, I am here for it. Okay, good. Yeah, I am. We've uh we've got our stay booked. We'll be there for 5 nights, so that's that's done. Now we just got to get choose what we want to see. Hey, Jamie Giles, you can stay. You don't have to get out of here. um, so this the next thing is just to get the tickets to the events that we want to go to. So yeah, I'm excited. I think really the most exciting thing about it is I've just always been starstruck.
And
Hey, sweet cheeks.
how are you?
I'm good. How about you? Did you get some good rest?
I did. I went to. How are you?
I'm good. How about you? Did you get some good rest?
I did. I went to sleep. I ended up actually watching Devil's Road by Ed and Lorraine. Um, I'm gonna have to send it to you, so you have to watch it.
Okay. Okay.
It's a really good documentary on Ed and Lorraine, and
Okay. Okay.
it's a really good documentary on Ed and Lorraine, and I ended up falling asleep for a couple of hours and crashed out, and then I woke up and I came back live with tea, um and then I went back to sleep, back live with tea, um and then I went back to sleep. It was good. Hey, Jamie Giles. Speaking of tea, hi T.
How are you, Miss T? Boy, I was out of it yesterday. I just
I figured you would be. I actually told T, I said, T, I think she's probably asleep.
I did. I don't know whose live I was in. I swear I don't. I know I got into one and then I was out. So I don't even remember if it was T's. And then I woke up and then Smash was on. So I woke up at like 1 in the morning. And so then I went in and watched a little of Smash. Hey, Latina, how are you? Thanks for coming in. You want to jump up in a box and have a conversation? You're more than welcome to. Anybody that wants to come up here and chat, come on up.
I love it. Hi, Latina. Good morning.
Yeah, it was just, well, I mean, me getting lost.
Go to the DMV.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. You're working, Latina, but thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Yes, we do, because then she's not going to be able to come.
Yep. We got to remind her that she needs to go to the DMV and get that name changed.
Mm, yeah, she'll do it. She'll do it. Because I know she's pumped up because this is stuff she loves. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Yes.
So then I guess though today then is now when I go see the vet, she's going to probably, I know her, she's going to have a whole plate of the calories for him each day. And I know what the problem is. The problem is that I gave him too many treats, and I know that. He got whatever he wanted. If he wanted 6 treats a day, he got
Well, yeah, he's a baby.
it. So yeah, it's my fault. I take full accountability. I made my dog fat, but doggone it, when he wags his tail and just looks at me, and I'm like, "Here's a treat." My oh my. But and I do have to cut back on him because his health. I want him to live a long life because his first 3 years of life, you know, well, 1 year of his life, a year and a half maybe, was very traumatic, and he needs to be have a good life, and then his recovery from all of that has taken 3 years. So
He's a baby. Justice for freedom.
yes, yes. Hi, Margot. How are you? Just they're just so adorable. Animals are just such a. We're just lucky. We're lucky to have them for the short time that we do.
Oh, they're freaking precious.
I mean, anyone that doesn't like. Okay, if anyone I come across that's not a dog lover, you're probably not going to be my friend. Just saying. Okay, just putting it out there.
She says, I'm just letting you know.
That you gotta have some love for dogs or cats. I'm not just gonna discriminate. But thank you for the gifts. You don't have to do that. Just appreciate you coming in and
Come
having
here.
a conversation and just my baby is 14. Aw. I know they are. I had my Jack Russell until he was 15, and then my little another toy poodle. She had cancer, so I didn't have her as long. So she was like 11 and a half. But then the other little toy poodle, I had her for 16 years. And she was like, she was, she was something else. She was a talker. But it was sad to see her have, um, doggy dementia. I, and people were, when I told my family, they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's all the symptoms in people of what she would do. She got kind of fearful at night, and some dementia patients do that. Nighttime's not good for them. That's the way it was with my aunt. We had to pull down all the shades and make sure that she could not see the darkness. It really bothered her.
Which is completely understandable.
Yeah. Aw. I love it. It's picking up my speaker, I think. There it goes.
So what time do you have to go get him?
Well, she said she's going to be back around noon, so I'm probably going to leave about noonish because it takes about an
Okay.
hour and 10 minutes to get there. I love weenie dogs. Kim says she has a little weenie dog.
Oh.
They're so cute, and they are a handful, and they just love giving kisses. I know, don't they, Margot? They do. They just, you can't say no. They want a treat, to give it to them. I'm scrolling back to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Oh yeah, they sure do have attitudes. That's for sure. It's kind of funny. I'm upstairs a lot, um, and when Freedom, he gets like a special kind of treat in the morning. Um, yeah, I don't want to say, but I'll just say he's on a raw diet, so he gets raw duck hearts in the morning, which is a treat for him, and so he knows where the little stand up freezer is in the kitchen. And then a couple hours later, he always lets me know when he needs to go out. Um, but what he'll do is he'll tell me he wants to go out, but what does he do? He runs over to the freezer for me to get the duck hearts out. and and I'm like, no, that's just once. You told me you needed to go out, and so then I make him go out. But
He's so
he,
cute.
but he was, he used the sign of I need to go out, but he really wanted more treats from the freezer. Hi, Emmy. How are you today? Isn't he though? He's a stinker. He truly is. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think we all got some decent sleep last night. My weekend was, wild and crazy. And if any of y'all missed it, Dora, what happened with me?
Oh my god.
What happened? Come on, you tell it better than I do. The mud puddles.
Oh my god. Seriously, like the whole freaking time when you fell, it's still funny to me.
Oh, it is. It's hysterical. But let me just say, and then Dora will chime in and finish. As I was leaving Dora's home, it was raining cats and dogs. I mean, rain, 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 rain. So I'm leaving in the rain, and all of a sudden, there's a little pond behind the wheel of Dora's car. And I fell. Um,
She did. She fell in the puddle.
I fell in the puddle, and that puddle was big. I could swim around in it. I know I'm exaggerating, but it really was a big puddle. And Dora, well, Dora, what were you doing? Hang on, I'm going to turn my
Oh,
speaker off.
I ran and jumped off the porch to come get you, and I'm like, oh my god, here you are, freaking laying on the ground, and I'm like, girl, are you okay?
Yes, and the funny thing about it is I'm I'm laying there. She thought I was unalived. My eyes were shut. Um, and the first thing that I said is, my phone, where's my phone?
I'm like, Shannon, you're the one laying on the ground. Are you okay?
And I mean, that's all I was worried about was that damn phone. So I just kept going on and on about the phone, and then I'm busting out laughing, and she's laughing, and she's soaking wet, and Dora lost her glasses, and my glasses I lost those too. So I ended up with two pair of glasses when I left. We still don't know how that happened. Hi, Amber. But I was covered in mud, and oh, it was a mess. So anyway,
Girl,
after
they've
that,
added new people to the list that's coming.
what's that?
They've added new people that are coming to the list.
Oh, and are they of
Paul Bradford from Ghost Hunters will be there.
okay? The names don't ring a bell because they're probably new people to me. Okay, and
There's lots of them.
okay, is it but is the main dude, the bald headed dude from Ghost Hunters, is he going to be there? What is his
I'm
name? Is his name
looking.
Jason? They all, they're plumber. He's a plumber. Ah, I
The
can't.
guy from Holzer Files will be there, Shane Pittman.
Oh, I like him. Oh, I wish that the psychic would come.
There is a psychic coming.
I mean, the one that worked with him. Oh, she's wonderful.
Let me see what they've added so many more.
Wow.
Let me see. All the stars from the Warren Occult Museum with Paranormal Row will be there. Let me see. They've added like several new ones. Toy, Toy Newrick. I don't know who that is. What'd she play in? Tuesday Night will be there from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Here he is.
William Perry that played in the Predator movie. And they still have 15 slots open.
Jason Hawes. Is he going to be there?
Let me look.
See, it used to be Jason and Grant, and then Grant walked away from it to do another kind of a business.
All the ones from the movie Grimm will be there.
See, I had never seen Graham.
All the ones from My Bloody Valentine.
I saw that, but that was so years ago.
Monster Squad, Returning of the Living Dead, Hellraiser, Friday the 13th, Paranormal Row. What'd you say his name was? Jason?
Yeah, he's
Jameson.
Jason Hawes.
The Jason that I see is going to be there is Jason Patrick.
That's my man. Okay, so he's not going to go. I'm going to see who the characters are now. Full cast and crew.
Joe Castro will be there. John Jarrett from Wolf Creek.
Okay, did we say Dave Tango's going to be there?
I can't remember. See, Ken Forey. He's new. They've added him. Kim Myers will be there from Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Goodness gracious. Do you know how long that's going to take to go through and see all of those stars?
Girl, I know, right?
That's like a full day. Absolutely, Emmy. I mean, and see, I've only had my new phone for just about a few months. So there's that.
She said there is that.
Okay, is there anyone then from let me think of what his name is. Hmm, Ghost Avengers.
I think so.
Let me see. Why am my it's stuck? Well, we know the Baggins dude's not going to be there.
Oh my God, did you know they're coming out with the Notebook too?
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh,
Okay. I am 26 seasons. Good gosh. So Ghost Avengers has been on since 2008. They have a smaller crew.
yeah, girl, it's gonna be wild. Um,
Okay, I think you said Adam Berry is going to be there, right?
yes, I think so.
Um,
There's
Justin
several.
Perry,
And it
maybe.
updates each day, so they still have like 16 slots to fill.
Goodness gracious. So some of this crew is going to be there. Just it doesn't sound like Jason Halls is. Well, cool. Hi, kitten. How are you? Hi, Ashley. How are you? Yeah. Monday was always my least favorite day. I'm
Girl, I
doing
know.
okay. Oh, listen to this, Dora. Wait a minute. Um, Kitten wrote, found out last night that Amazon Music has Annabelle podcasts. Don't listen when going to sleep.
I watched Devil's Road and it was so good, Shannon. I'll have to show you where to stream it, and if you need like to watch it on something, I've got you.
Okay.
Um, I
Well,
want you to be able to see it.
I've got Prime and I've got Apple. Those are the kind of my main ones that I use. Um, I'm hearing back feed. Are you hearing back feed? I wonder if it's my phone. No, it's not. I moved it. Oh, the other streaming I have is Netflix and Hulu. I think that's it. That's the only ones I have. I got rid of everything else. Hi, Sherry, baby. How are you? Can't do scary stuff? Well, we saw Annabelle over the weekend. Um, it was good. Story was great. But they really hyped it up. It's not as, it really isn't as scary as you thought it was going to be. I jumped a few times, but not. I was expecting to be scared the whole entire movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that scary. You can't do scary stuff. It wasn't scary. Like, it wasn't like, how we would think.
Hey, did you see that Dora
What
kitten?
is it? Oh, you're so welcome. So you did do the watermelon jelly? Amazing. I'm so happy for you.
I've never had watermelon jelly.
Girl, I should have totally thought to give you some while you were here.
Oh my gosh. No, I've never had it, but I mean, I love watermelon. I mean, there's
When I see you next month, I'll bring you some.
okay. Yeah, I know. Just the bill Annabelle. And see, it's funny. I've got a great niece and her name, ooh, I better not say it. Let me just say it has a bell in it, okay? It's best that I don't say my family's real names. So, but yeah, she has a bell connected with her name. So it's easy to make. Well, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. Bless her heart. I love that. That's the best Southern saying ever because it can be a cut down or it can be something endearing. Right, Dora? Uh, Hi, April Boy Mom. How are you? Bunch of 304s. Okay. How are you? Oh, it's not a cut down in Texas? Well, here in Kentucky, it can be either or.
And I think, Shannon, aren't we doing the Saturday date for
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, 420 Mama. Well, thanks for sharing the live, bunch of 304s. You doing okay today, Stephanie? Hi, Donna. How are you today? Come on up if you want, Stephanie. You doing okay today, Donna?
Okay, perfect.
Thanks for liking the live, Kim. I had a great weekend, Donna. I went out of town to see Dora and Mama J, and we had a really fun weekend.
Hi, Donna. Good morning.
Okay, have a good one, Margot. It was really fun. I've never been that part of Kentucky, so it was nice to see another part of the state. The room that I stayed in was really it was a nice hotel. I liked it.
I'm trying to see too.
Ah, North Carolina. Okay. A lot of us in here are Southern Belles. Well, hello, Andrew. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're feeling all right. It's nice to see you. Well, good morning, Tequila. Thanks for stopping by, Andrew. I always like to see your face. Hello, Orange Kitty.
I think it's going to be at the Central Bank Center, which is right there at Rupp Arena.
Right. Hope you're doing great, Tequila. Hi, Grandma, Texas. How are you?
Good morning, my lovelies.
How are you?
Oh, irritated, but I'll be all right.
Oh, well, let's laugh about
No,
me falling in the mud.
I'm I'm so glad you know what, seeing the pictures and the video, and I just warmed my heart. That's awesome that you guys got to see each
Me,
other,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then Granny gone wild. She cracked me up so bad last night.
I missed it. I missed it. I was so sleepy. I
Oh,
fell asleep.
she had this glow about her and this smile, and she was in her workout clothes and a headband with MJ.
Oh, how funny.
She
It
was.
was
She was
so.
cute, wasn't she?
Oh my gosh, Dora. She like I've never seen her like that, like lit up. Like she was just so excited, and she was counting down the minutes till the treadmill was done.
Oh, I
She's
wish I
like,
could.
10 more minutes.
I mean, good for her.
It was so cute. Oh, how's everybody?
We are great. How are you?
I'm good. Just it's the weirdest thing. I'm not gonna say anything to anybody, but well, you guys already know. But I'm trying to track. So you know how my aunt and uncle helped me, right? They have sent two checks. One on the 25th, and then she sent another one like Wednesday express mail. Still haven't got it. It was not coming to me. It goes straight to the office.
Oh,
The
girl, you better. I would definitely call them.
I know they open at 8:30, so I've already looked into it to see like this is ridiculous because they do this every month and it never had a problem before. And I even went and Heather and I went and checked my mail to make sure it didn't go in there. It's not in there.
Hey,
Got coupons.
Victoria.
I
Oh,
got
it's so great to
coupons.
see your beautiful face.
Anyway, it will show up or, you know, just irritating.
Hi, Napa Valley Gal.
It's all right.
Victoria, I know I say this every time I see you, but you are just so beautiful.
She is.
Oh my gosh, you're just gorgeous.
You guys all are. That picture of you and Mama J and Dora, oh my gosh. You guys are so
Thank you.
cute. Beautiful, beautiful souls, that's for sure. And
Thank
Mama
you,
J,
Victoria. But you just
even,
are. I mean, I've Dora was asking my about my hair color over the weekend, and my hair color is a darker brown, but it has red. It's kind of has a red tint to it because my hair, as she would say, it just takes it takes on that red tint. I've always been a darker brown hair all my life, but I love redhead. I love red hair. It's beautiful.
yeah, it is. I'm going to do a whole
Are you serious? That's hilarious.
mini makeover pretty soon, you
Well,
guys.
I'm sure you make a beautiful blonde too.
You know, I love that red on her. It's way pretty.
Uh-huh. I mean it's perfect for her. Hi Debbie. How are you
Debbie, good
today?
morning.
We're just kind of just hanging out, catching up. I always hated, isn't that? Oh wow. Hey, yeah. One of my great friends, she's a redhead. Uh, it's a beautiful shade of red too, and she's always been like, ugh. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't have to the gift. Just I appreciate your um presence. Oh, and the funny thing, Victoria, she does blonde highlights in her red hair. Isn't that funny? Yep, Amber. Yeah. See, my hair has the red undertones too. So I have been blonde too. Um, I guess I'm okay as a blonde, but I think Just my brown is just really mean watching the streets. Ah, well, thanks for coming in. We're just kind of hanging out and talking about the weekend and then an upcoming event that Dora and Monster and I are going to be attending in October. So there's that. And my lives are about positivity. And that's what I like to keep it. Because we can all use positive things in this day and time.
Yep. I even made it to church yesterday. I haven't been for a minute, but I went.
Exactly, Victoria. Um, the mess brings my anxiety up. I don't like that.
Yes,
Now,
girl, we had such a great time. Just, you know,
yes. So, I mean, my weekend was absolutely positive. Victoria, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you heard all the crazy things that happened to me. And I'll give a short version.
Damn it, I
Okay.
wish there was a video so
So,
bad.
so do I. I wish there had been a video of it too. So, I was leaving Dora's house to go back to my hotel, and this was Friday night, and it was raining cats and dogs. Well, girl, I take a step and fall in the biggest puddle, and I swear you could swim in it. And I fell, and when I fell good. And Dora comes running out after me and like, oh my gosh, Shannon, are you okay? And the first thing out of my mouth is, Where, where's my phone? And then I bust out laughing because it was funny. I mean, yes, I fell and yeah, I hurt my left side of my body and I've got some bruises, but it was funny. It was hilarious. And we just both laughed, and it was raining, and Dora was searching around in the mud trying to find my phone, and I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Is my phone okay?
Yes, and Dora's like, well, are you okay? And I'm like, and I never answered her. I guess saying, where's my phone? Where's my phone? And so Dora lost her glasses in the mud puddle. I lost my glasses, my purse, everything was in there. And so, finally got out of there. And that took a minute. I mean, but because we kept laughing. I mean, I don't know how long we laughed, but it felt like 10 minutes, because I mean, it was hysterical.
I would have done the same thing. I would have just laid there and
I mean,
like
I did. I laid there and I was like, and I
screw
had shut my eyes. So I'm sure she thought I was unalived.
I did. I was like, oh my God, like I'm prepared to take her to the fucking emergency room. I'm leaping over the damn.
Okay, so then the story gets better, Victoria. So I finally get in my car, and I mean, I am covered in mud. I mean, it's just crazy. So I'm in Eastern Kentucky, and the cell phone coverage is not that great. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. So I rely on my navigation and my phone to get me anywhere. So when I left, it had me going a certain way, but there was a place that I was supposed to turn. Well, the signal went out
it.
in my phone. Okay. So I'm driving and I keep driving, and then I start to get scared because then I'm driving and it's dark and there's nothing around me, and I keep driving and I keep driving. Then I started to do a little crying. I'm like, I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost. So finally, I find it's kind of like a Minute Mart kind of a place. They had gas and food, whatever. And there were a lot of people there. So I got out of my car, and there's a lady standing there. And so we walk over to the front door, and I think she worked there, as a matter of fact. But anyway, so we got to the front door. Okay, now this is another funny part. So we get to the front door, and I fall yet again. I mean, it was no reason. I didn't slip. I just fell. And I looked at the lady, and I got up, and I said, she didn't help me up. I got up myself, and I looked at her, and I said, I swear I'm not drunk. I haven't had a drop of liquor. So anyway, she's like, so where are you going? Where are you going? And I pulled my phone out and showed the address of where I was staying. So then she starts telling me where to go. Go down here, you take the left here, then there's the parkway, and then that'll take you there. So then what happens is I walk toward my car, and this other lady, and the lady's walking me to my car. Another lady walks up and looks at me and says, are you okay? And then proceeds to say, do you have a couple of dollars so I can get home? So at this point, I'm so distraught. I get into my purse, which is soaking wet, and give her a few wet dollars. Anyway, so she takes it and walks off, and not making fun of people without teeth, but then the door kind of filled in on probably why, because of where I was. But she didn't have, like some of her front teeth, and so again, not making fun of people that don't have teeth, because hey, I've got a loose tooth as we speak. But anyway, then Dora finally gets a hold of me. She's frantic. Mama J is woke up. Dora can't get a hold of me. She finally gets me, and I'm pulled over at a McDonald's, and I tell her where I am, and she flips out. What have I told you about coming here? You don't go. What was the name of the place I was at, Dora?
Manchester. I'm like, Shannon, stay the fuck away from Manchester.
Well, I think there's a lot of math there is the issue, right, Dora?
No, there's fucking weird ass people there.
Okay, I thought you said there was a lot
Girl,
of
it's the
math there.
humans.
Huh?
It's the fucking humans.
Okay. Well, I thought it was the drug
Stay away from
aspect.
all the humans in Manchester.
Okay.
I was laughing so hard because I know Shannon is like innocent. I'm like, oh no, she's gonna get in Manchester and get stranger danger.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I couldn't actually tell that lady no. I couldn't. I mean, and it was a few dollars. I didn't give her, 20, 30, or anything like that. I gave her a few dollars. And when I looked back, I saw she was putting gas in her car. So she did tell me the truth. So,
God.
hey, now, I mean, I helped her get home. So, even though she scared me half to death when, she walked up to me. So, hi, Christy. How are you? But so that's my crazy story that happened over the weekend is I got lost in Eastern Kentucky and was scared. And so the moral of the story is you write down directions and don't rely on your phone to get you out of the mess. So, anyway, and it's weird. I mean, I realized then how much I did depend on my phone. And There's just parts there that you don't have a phone signal. And when I was holding my phone up, that one lady that needed money to get home, and she said, "Hon, I'm just going to tell you, you don't get any signal here." Like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for giving me that.
Yeah, Amber, you're correct. But I was right face to face with them. So, I just, it was kind of like, yes, I was stressed out. Yes, I was wet. Yes, I had mud all over me, but I felt like I needed to go on and help the lady. I couldn't say no.
She said I couldn't say no.
I couldn't. My heart sank for her. So,
I
yeah,
do the same thing.
and I mean, and Christy, that's the way when I was younger, I go places is I had a map and I knew how to read a map. And what I did was I also wrote down on a piece of paper, each place, landmarks or whatnot that I was going to go to as I had my map. So I mapped out my own trip by using a map, so to speak. So, but I really had a good time. We got to see the movie The Conjuring. Um, and and got to visit and had some good food. It was fun. I hope everybody else had a great weekend.
These people out here landscaping. Hold, I gotta mute. Hold on.
Okay, okay. Victoria, was your weekend good? I hope. Yeah, we really did have fun, and it's fun to meet new people and to do different things. Great, great. I'm glad to hear that. Um, you know what, Victoria? I wish you would do again, maybe sometime, is when you do makeup, you're so good at it. I would love to see you talk about some of your techniques and what you do because I know you used to do that. So if you ever get back into that, tell me because I'll join. I want to be there for it.
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun.
You're welcome. But yeah, Victoria is really good with makeup. She really is. And it's been a while. Okay, yeah, and see, and I've been on the app for about a year and a half. It's been a long. I mean, it was a long time ago. It was wow. I mean, it's been over a year. I know for sure when you used to do that because it was like in the spring and summertime of last year. It seems like. Hey, Mallory, how are you? Oh yeah. Well, I just want you to know I miss it and would love, 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 love if you would do that again. So just think about it. So Mallory, how was your weekend? Yes. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, the fun weekend and the travel was really good for my mental health. Well, Mallory, it was really good. I don't know if you heard about it, but I don't do driving much. And I'm only two. Oh, okay. Thank you for liking the live, Victoria. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to find. Well, shit.
Welcome in, everybody. We're just kind of hanging out and talking about our weekend, talking about positive things.
It's so refreshing.
And that's what I want to be about. I'm not here to talk about anybody. I just want everybody to feel safe and happy and hear some of my crazy antics over the weekend.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, okay, so I have to throw this out there too. Okay, everybody knows, and I'm not ashamed. I'm older. I'm not going to say I'm wiser, but I'm older. I'm 62. And what my mother always told me is, now listen, when you get in your 60s, you got to watch it, because once you get older and you have falls, it's not like when you were a young woman. And I thought about that as I was laying in the mud, thinking, I'm an old woman laying here, you know. Oh my gosh, am I going to have to go to the emergency room? And that thought crossed my mind, but I mean, I knew I didn't need to go. But just hearing my mother say that about being after, the age of 60 and above. And so the importance is to keep yourself in shape so that if you do have a fall, it's less impact on your body. So I'm going to get back to walking again and using my free weights so that I can stay strong.
She said I'm definitely going to use my free weights. Oh, I can't.
My free weights, that's what I call them. They're free.
I can't with you.
I know, I'm silly. Somebody wants that. Hi, little chunk.
Hi, Juliana.
Hi, little chunk.
Hey, ladies, I just heard you say that, and I was thinking well, it was 3 years ago, this month or last month. My mom always told me that too. So that's when I fell off the horse when I was riding at 60 to 61, 62, and broke my femur, broke my hip.
Oh, I see. That's the other
And
thing that they make fun of people of a
fractured
certain age.
everything.
Don't break a hip. If you're going to
I
fall,
did.
you're going to break a hip.
I rode horses my whole life, and son of a gun fell off so many times and drug and snapped and beat up by him, and then all of a sudden I'm just riding along, fall and crack, 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 crack.
Oh, gosh.
That was a recovery and a half. The doctor's like, he said something like, don't you think you're getting a little up there in age to be riding? And I'm like, no. I said, and what was weird is I was trotting the horse, and it wasn't even in a full gallop along, and for some reason I just fell off. Didn't hit but the ground. That was it. Grass ground and snap, snap, snap.
Oh, my. Wow.
Yeah, and then Mercer set in. And I'm like, what the heck is Mercer? And I'm like, oh Lord. I said, I'm screwed here. Everybody laughed at me though. Everybody laughed at me. It's like, Kathy, you're getting old, aren't you? I said, yes,
I
I'm getting old.
know.
Everybody laughed at me. It's like, Kathy, you're getting old, aren't you? I said, yes,
I
I'm getting old.
know. I know.
Apparently.
I
Yeah, you
mean,
know.
and here Dora had an old lady laying in her little pond, and here Dora had an old lady laying in her little pond that's right by the wheel of her car. It was a big mud puddle, okay?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I exaggerate when I say it was a big mud puddle, okay?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I exaggerate when I say I could take a swim in it, but it really was a big puddle. And the puddle is still there.
Well, my son was home with his friend, and he was probably about 18 at the time, and I was younger, of course. And I was walking home from work because I lived right beside work. So I'm walking home. It's icy out. It's snowing out. It's raining, snow, and everything. Got to the sidewalk, fell, and I'm like, man, so I couldn't get up. I had nothing to grip onto, and I kept slipping and sliding every time I tried to get up. And I'm yelling for Jimmy, and he's up there with Chris, and they're playing PlayStation, whatever. Finally, him and Chris kicked their head out the door, and they're looking up, of course. And they're like, "Where are you?" And I said, "Look down, you look down right now." He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's ice. I can't get up. I can't get no grip." He's like, "Oh my God." He said, "What are you? You're just laying there." I said, "I know, and I'm wet because of the snow and everything." And him and Chris come out there real quick and help me up. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not even that old, and I can't get up from an icy sidewalk." And I said, "I told you to put salt on this damn sidewalk." It
Oh,
was funny though. He's like,
I have slipped and fell on a lot of ice when we
"Oh my
when we've
lord."
had in the wintertime. And oh man. I mean, and
Well, I
it's
told
just
him. Yeah, I told him earlier. You get some damn salt on this sidewalk, so when I come home, I don't slip and I'll be damned. Did you put salt on here? Well, I was gonna. It's too late. And this is like 8 o'clock at night when we closed, and that I was so mad when I got in the house, and then I put that salt out there, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the sidewalk, Jim. You have to put salt on the sidewalk.
yeah.
He just kind of looked at me like, huh, huh. you know, how kids are. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
But
I felt quite a few times. Thank
you're
God then
so
I didn't break nothing.
you're so fearless when you're young. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
just I'd never listen. When I was in my early 20s, and of course that's before cell phones, okay? Little chunk, because
Uh
we're
huh.
just a few
Yep.
years apart. I didn't
Yep.
think twice about getting in my old beat up little Toyota that I had, okay? That was probably on its last leg or wheel, whatever you want to say. And I would pick up at 3 o'clock in the morning and drive from school when I was in Bowling Green and drive to Lexington from there at 3 in the morning by myself. I just, no, I didn't think
Mm-hmm.
a thing about it. Wasn't worried about nothing.
Well, same here. Same here. I took my sister moved to North Carolina and got married. She's my older sister, and I had to take a 4 horse trailer, and it had 3 horses in it of hers down to North Carolina, Wilmington, in that area, more towards Moorhead and Beaufort. So, anyways, I picked it up, and I was 18 at the time, so that would have been in '78. And that, so I took the truck, loaded it up with the horses, and because we knew how to take the truck and everything. So I took it down there through Washington, and the only thing my brother-in-law says when you're going through North Carolina, don't stop at Whitesville. I said, what do you mean? He said, I never thought of it. And he said, Whitesville. So listen to the name, Kathy. I'm like, I don't understand it. So he's like, well, you're from Ohio. He said, just don't stop in that town. He said, it's not a good town to stop in back in the '70s. And I'm like, okay. So when I got there, he explained it, why you didn't stop in Whitesville, because it's more of the bad area, the real bad area. And I didn't stop going through that town, not with 3 horses in the back and a Ford truck. Nope, I did not stop. I went right through that freaking town.
Okay, to
you
the
know,
left.
I'm like, I will not stop in. If you said don't stop there, I'm not stopping there. You're from the Carolinas. I'm from way up north in Ohio, right on Lake Erie. So I'm not stopping. I did get lost though in Gary, Indiana, and a cop come up to me and he said his exact words to me is, "You laugh at this." He said, "Are you lost?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "I see you're from Ohio." And I said, "Yeah." I had Jimmy with me because we were going to Wrigley Field to watch the Cardinals play baseball. And Jimmy was about 15 at the time, maybe 14. And the cop comes up and goes, "Well, you're not, Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore, are you?" I'm like, "Huh?" The fuck does that mean? He said, this is not a good area for you to be in. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I didn't think of it that way. And so he said, just follow me, I'll get you back to the highway. I'm like, "Oh, okay, good." And then, be nice about it. But Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore? What the hell? That's exactly what he said. Jimmy's like, "Mom, what do you mean?" I said, "You'd have to watch The Wizard of Oz." "Haven't you watched The Wizard of Oz yet, Jimmy?" He said, "No." I'm like, okay. So there's some good old stories from back in the day because you didn't have, like you said, back when I was 18, there wasn't really the cell phones were coming out, but they were them big, big, big ones.
Yeah, yeah,
It looked like a home phone. The whole phone. I mean, it took up your whole. It's like the size of your arm. The cell phone was.
yeah, yeah.
We had one of them. We had one of the grandma had one. She just bought one, and when we were showing horses, so that we had one on the horse shows because we'd go all over, state to state, and then show horses, and
Well,
then
I mean,
so
it was so expensive to use one, though. I mean, you paid per minute back then
yep,
on those cell phones.
sure did.
And yes, they were coming out in the 80s, but you know, yes, they were coming out in the 80s, but you know, they were so expensive that no one could afford them, and they it was a brick. There was a brick phone, and then a bag phone.
Mhm,
Um, it was a brick. There was a brick phone, and then a bag phone.
mhm.
And it was expensive. I mean,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know what? If I could go back, I would go back to the way I was raised, back in my childhood. I'd take all the computers away, everything. It was so much
oh,
fun. It was so relaxing. Didn't have to
well,
worry about
I
nothing.
mean, it just things were very simple.
If you
It
wanted to
was
Shannon, if you wanted to dox somebody, all you had to do is look in the phone book. There was their phone number, their address,
exactly the
all their
name
cousins and
and
aunts and uncles.
address. The
Yep.
name and the address was
City
on
they lived
there.
in. Yep. And all the relatives, because it was the same last name. You
Yeah,
could call
right,
every one of them.
right. And everybody knew
Absolutely.
each other.
Yep.
Um, and so everybody knew each other. And so if you got into trouble, it would get back because so and so's parents saw it. And then they're going to make a phone call to your parents, tell them.
Oh yeah, they tell you right there. Aren't you Anna's daughter? Aren't you Jim's daughter? I'd be like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mom and dad. One of them. It was funny though.
Well, the
I
close
grew
to,
up.
I'll have to tell you this, the close to what we call trolling now is okay, and
Mm-hmm.
doing, bad things is someone when I was in high school and we, it was, I don't know who it is to this day, but it had to be someone that didn't like me because they wrote a letter to my father and said how I acted at a ball game, which was false. I mean, everything that they said in that, I did not do. I may have been yelling and screaming because that's what we did at basketball games. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't making an ass of myself because I knew if I did, it would get back to my parents. So that's something I didn't do. Well, they sent this letter and just said just foul things that I was doing. And they spelled some words wrong. So that's a definitely clue that, yeah, it's probably not from a parent, but it was signed a concerned parent. And I want you to
Oh
know
well.
My dad didn't believe it. I mean, he believed the letter, and and then my mom came and talked to me about it, and I'm like, it's not true. But I got grounded over that, even though it wasn't true.
Oh yeah, grounding was the best for parents back then.
Oh, listen,
You're grounded. You can't go
I,
outside. There ain't nothing
I,
to do in the house in the 70s.
oh, nothing. Because you had one TV and your daddy was in control of the one TV.
Yep. You didn't have nothing in your room. We lived
Exactly.
out. Mom and Dad bought the farm when we were young, off of Grandma, where the horses were, and we had a house built next to it. And then we moved over the farm, but we lived in town till I was in like third grade, and everybody knew everybody, So, but it
Right.
was like you couldn't. Every time they ground you, it'd be like you just sit in your room and look at four walls. That's it. It's like, oh, okay,
It was horrible, wasn't it?
it was
And
terrible.
if you got grounded from the phone, that was even worse because
Oh,
you
I know.
couldn't call anybody, or if someone called you, your parents would say, "I'm sorry, she can't take any phone calls. She's grounded."
And my dad was so strict on us. He would take the during the summer we had a clothesline out at the farm. He would take it was at the time the fuse boxes were there, so he'd take the fuse out of the dryer. So you couldn't use the dryer. You could wash your clothes, but you had to hang them out on the line because he wasn't paying the electric bill. He said, "Nope, hang them out on the line." It's like, but I need these for work. Tough, just hang them out on the line. They'll be dry before work.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh my lord. And then I had to walk. I worked at McDonald's. It was in town, and kids couldn't live our life these days. No way.
Oh no.
And he said he said if you want a job and you want horses, you got to pick one of the two. You want a job and horses, you got to do it on your own. I had to walk like 2 miles every night. Kim, my friend's dad, owned it, so she'd take me there to work. She was a good friend of mine. But at night when I got off, when it was dark time, I had to walk all the way from McDonald's all the way home, and that if I didn't have a ride.
Oh
So
my.
I got used to that too. But there was no back then. There wasn't like a lot of kidnapping. You know what I'm talking about? All that stuff.
Right.
There wasn't. You could walk freely down the road, and people would usually pick you up and you take a ride, but you were never scared. But
No,
my
I was
dad.
never scared to do. I mean, hey, listen, we were young, 6, 7, and 8 years old, shoot, we roamed all over the neighborhood by
Oh,
ourselves.
so did we. So did
I
we.
mean, and it was nothing. And your parents didn't come looking for you unless you didn't come in before dark.
Don't you remember your dad saying, "Don't worry, if somebody picks you up, they'll bring you right back."
Well, now mine didn't ever go so far in saying that.
Mine did. But he had eight of us. There was eight of us kids. He'd be like, I wouldn't miss one if they did come pick you up. Nope, wouldn't miss one. That's one less mouth I got. It's one less mouth I got to feed. Thanks, Dad. And they'd always get our names wrong all the time.
Oh, my
And they
mother.
had us.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. Yep. I'd be sitting there and I'd be getting in trouble, and he'd go through and like, yep, there I am, right there. There I am. Now you got my attention. It was fun though. I did like growing up in the '60s. I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very, very
we had
different
no problem.
time.
Yes,
Really, the
very
seven.
different
Well,
about that.
yeah.
I was like,
Well, I was in '69. I was 6. So,
okay, yeah, you're a little
and
bit younger than me. But I had fun. I mean, I had a good childhood. Dad took us places on his days off, and but when no one was ever home. I mean, I don't know where CPS. Where was CPS back in that day? Because
no, I
I
mean, I
got
don't.
whipped with the
Yeah,
belt.
I don't really know if that. Yeah, I
And they
agree.
said don't. They said don't leave your kids in hot cars. We had to sit in hot cars all the time
Well, yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, we
with
did.
plastic
We'd
with
sit.
plastic
Well, I mean,
seats.
the glasses. We'd roll the glass down, but we'd be in those cars just sweating, waiting for our parents. You're right.
Yep,
Goodness gracious.
yep.
Oh
And we had
wow.
plastic seats on the Rambler, so we stick to them all the time. And
Oh,
it'd be
we
like,
had a
and then we
Rambler
were,
too. And you know
yeah.
what I used to do when I was 3 years old? was stand up in the front seat. There were no seat
Yep.
belts. And I
Nope.
used to stand up in that front seat. That was my thing when I was 3 until my mother was a terrible driver until she slammed on the brakes and I hit the dashboard with my head. So then she started making me sit down. Hey, Nikki, how are you?
It was fun. It was good though. I mean, I don't regret it all growing up in the '60s and learning what I learned, and that
I
made us.
agree.
Yeah, it made me bolder. I think it made me harder, and it really didn't. I've never been as scared to say what I have to say to people. I don't really care, and that because that's the way we grew up. If there was a
Right.
fight in school, there was a fight in school. You didn't take it to your house. You took it after school right there. Like,
Yeah.
So, and then I got whippings
Yeah.
at school too. I got whipped at school. I wasn't a
Oh,
good kid in school. I got whipped at school, and then I got whipped at home.
hey, listen, I was yeah, I got paddled in school too. It was because, I had a big mouth, so
Yep.
or I used to get in fights in grade school with the boys.
Yep.
And here I am swinging and this boy said something to me I didn't like and I just threw out my hand to slap on him, and then he turned around and started fighting, and boy went to the principal's office, and we got whipped again.
Oh yeah, I got whipped at the principal's, whipped at home. I'm like, dang, two whippings in one day.
I know, I
Now
know.
CPS would be there. Nowadays CPS would be there. See,
Absolutely,
I watched
absolutely,
some
there
of these.
would be.
I watched some
Yeah,
of these.
I
I watch some of these
mean,
people on. Do you ever watch them and they discipline their kids and people in the thing are like, oh, she smacked her child. Wait a minute, I got smacked harder than that and I survived.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's just not acceptable these days. It's just not. It's like you said, we're in a different time, and it's not acceptable to hit your children. So, um,
Yeah. Well, guess
and
what? I respected my parents. I never talked back. You didn't hear me ever
well,
mess up when they took me to the grocery store or want for anything. Don't you kids ask for nothing? I ain't ask for nothing. I'll get the belt.
well, you know
Mm-mm.
what? I never acted out with my parents. I would just come home and have a smart mouth. Now, when I was a
Mm.
teenager, I had a smart mouth. I did. Um,
Did you ever sneak out the windows and
no,
and try to sneak back?
because
To see,
I
we did.
couldn't because my parents. I tried to sneak out one time, and it woke my parents up. And here was my boyfriend at the window trying to help me out, and I'm like, they woke up. I
Uh
can't get out. So
we
no,
used to
I
do it.
didn't.
We
No.
used to sneak out, and Dad would wait at the window for us outside. He'd be like, "Mm-hmm, you're going right back in the way you come out. Mm-hmm."
So
And
when I
that.
was a teenager, though, how I got to go and do things late at night is some of my girlfriends' parents, their curfew was more liberal than mine. And so we would spend the night with her. And that's how we got to do things. And plus, their parents, one parents didn't mind if we were there late with the boyfriends, even if it
Mm-hmm.
was 3 in the morning, because they were there and they didn't have a problem with them staying and watching TV. And that's when cable was out. Okay. And then if you had
Mm-hmm.
money, you had HBO. And so you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, that's
We
what
had an
we
antenna.
yeah,
We had a big old
we had
antenna that
baseball.
ran here, right beside the farmhouse. We had a big old antenna. You could climb up and down. It was right between both our bedroom windows. So we could climb down the antenna and just hang out in the barn or because we didn't have once we moved to the farm we didn't have that many neighbors, but a lot of acres but not too many neighbors,
Right.
so we'd climb out and then we just go out to the barn and hang out with the horses and do our thing out there, stay out there until late in the morning, then climb back up because they always locked the door, climb back up and then went back to bed.
So let me tell you how
Yeah.
strict my parents were. So when I would come home, I had a curfew then. And then, of course, they would go to bed at 10 o'clock. they would
Yep.
lock the door but wouldn't give me a key. So I had to knock on the door and wake them up. And they did that so they knew when I got home.
Hmm.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I think my parents were the same way, but we went up the TV tower, and so they didn't catch us. We didn't do nothing though. It's like Dad always said, they can't do nothing out here. They could walk for miles, acres, whatever.
Right.
Until they put the subdivision in down the road, then people started moving in. But it
Yeah.
was fun. I had my first job was 14, and I walked across the highway there, at a gas station, and I got my job at 14, my first job, and I started pumping gas and checking tires and checking the oil in cars and washing windows when they got gas.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
My first
It was
job
just so
was
high.
my first job was when I was 16, and I worked for Wendy's making
Ooh.
hamburgers. Yep.
Yeah, Wendy's just was coming to town maybe back then. I don't remember, but we never ate in town hardly ever.
Yeah.
People didn't do that back in the day too much. We had Burger Chef, I know that.
The best pizzas during that time was Pizza Hut and Godfather's Pizza. Those were the
Yeah.
two main, and then we had like a small owned business pizza place, which the small owned business had the best pizza in town.
Do you remember
But
A&W root beer stands?
yeah, but we didn't have one.
Oh, we had one. Yeah, that
There
was
was
so
one
much
in
fun
Bowling
pulling up
Green.
there.
In Bowling Green, Kentucky, had one.
Mm. Yeah,
So
that was so much fun though. That was a lot of fun, and
it
that with
was.
the
I mean, it
pull up
was.
and
And I
place your
mean,
order.
I can remember saying when I was, I don't know, I'm like, I'm bored, and my mom would look at me and say, go outside and play.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
okay.
don't forget to change your clothes after school, because I ain't paying for you to play in your school clothes. Had to do that all the time. And everything was hand me downs. I have five sisters. So a
Well,
couple of them were older, so they got hand me downs. And you always had to wear shorts underneath your dresses. If you're going out in the
oh,
playground.
oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Because if you wore a dress, I mean, boys were just ornery back then.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know what I
besides that,
mean?
if you were playing out
Yeah,
on the playground, you wear shorts
exactly.
underneath your dress.
Right, exactly. Um,
Nowadays, they just go whatever. It's like, I just kind of look at the girls today and it's like, oh my lord, I could never do that
okay,
back in the
Dora,
60s
don't
and
work too
70s.
hard, love.
Did
Yeah,
her leave?
yeah, she's working.
Mm.
And
It was
I
a fun old
probably
days.
need to hop off here myself because I got to get ready to go get my doggy. He's in the kennel.
Uh oh, yeah, you got to go pick them up after your trip. I'm glad you had a
Yeah.
good time, Shannon. It's nice you got
Oh,
to spend time with Dora.
yeah. So
And
did you get
then,
to hear all the stories, little chunk?
yep, I heard him. Yep. That I also know that what is it, next year or something? They're doing something going
Oh, yeah, in
down to
Nashville. Hmm.
yeah, and I'm thinking, I'm retired. I might take a little drive down there and get a hotel room and meet
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
It's about 3 hours here from where I live. So yeah, that's nothing. A 3 hour drive
No.
to me is nothing.
Well, I'm at the top of Ohio, so to get through Ohio, it's about 3, 4 hours,
Ah,
and
okay.
then down there. But it's
Okay.
okay. I mean, I've drove to North Carolina, I've drove to Florida, I've drove
So how far are
all
you
over the
from
place.
Cincinnati?
Oh, about 4 hours.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
right. I'm right on Lake Erie.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm way at the top, right on Lake Erie and that. So, and
I'm
that. But
trying to think
no,
about how far in Ohio I've been. Of course, I've been to Cincinnati. Um,
you ever been to Cedar Point?
I don't think so. Where is it?
Big.
Where is it in Ohio that it's the airplane museum?
I think that's more. Isn't that Wrightsville or Wrightsville Air Base?
I can't remember. I know that it took 3 hours from Louisville to get there. That's all I know. But it was I took one of my friends' um, kids, because the kid was totally into airplanes, took the kid to see the exhibit, and they were in awe of it. But it was a 3 hour drive. And I mean, and when you've got like a seven, or I don't know, see, 7 or 8, I can't remember. And and it was like, how long is it going to take, Aunt Shannon? I wasn't really his aunt, but he just called me that. How long is it going to take? "Oh, it's going to be 3 hours. It's going to be 3 hours. Oh, that's a long time. That's a long time. But anyway, but yeah, wherever. I need to Google that. Where was that?
I bet it's at Wright's Air Force Base around there somewhere. I don't know what is it an airplane. I've never been there. I think my son has been there, but I don't
But
think I've
yeah, I
been there.
mean it was unreal.
Like if you ever want to go camping, like Hocking Hills in Ohio is beautiful. And that it's just gorgeous. You can rent out a cabin, and they got the canoes and everything, and a river and all that. So I've been down there. That's in the middle of Ohio. I've been to Columbus. I've been to Cincinnati, and that I've been all over Ohio. I've been to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's in Cleveland, and that. Cleveland Zoo is beautiful too. I mean, it's got a beautiful zoo up here, and that better than Toledo's. But yeah, there's a lot to do, and I'm only like an hour away from
Oh,
Detroit.
yeah, it was in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
Googled it. Yeah, of
now
US
is it
Air
on
Force.
right? Is it on Wright's Air Force Base, or is it near there?
It's 1100 Spots Street, Dayton, Ohio.
I think that is near Wright's Air Force Base.
Yeah,
I'm
it
almost
is. I
positive.
mean, it says National Museum of the U.S. Air Force Museum in
Oh,
Riverside, Ohio, but the address that is Dayton, Ohio. But yeah, it was Dayton. I remember that now is like, okay, Dayton. I'm driving into
yeah,
Dayton.
that's south. That's south.
So
And
that's
so,
probably the furthest I've been in Ohio.
yeah. See, I'm way up north. Way, if you hit Lake Erie, you're gonna hit me.
Okay.
As far as that goes. Put-in Bay is an island out there where everybody goes and parties. Take your
Right.
boat out there. We got ferries going over there from Port Clinton and Catawba, and they take you over there. You can take your car over. You can get. I mean, the island's just full of just people and tourists, and they make wine over there, and they got bars. They got the largest bar in the world, they say over there. I don't know. And
Yeah.
so it was a fun place. We used to take our boat over there all the time. Go over there and eat lunch, and then come back. When I was with my ex and that, so
Yeah.
yeah, but it's fun up here, and it's like a lot of people I see raise these animals. I see the animal rescues, and they're down south, and I'm like, and they're wanting money for like hay and things like that, and I said, why don't you raise your animals up north? They could be on pasture for 6 damn months, and then you
Yeah.
save 6 months of food. Like we did. Then you can bale hay, and then you can pay for the hay in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Why are they on dirt? I can't stand that. Horses and donkeys and that and everything running around on dirt and you have to feed them every day. Go north, will you? We have grass, okay?
Yeah.
we have free grass up here, okay? Bring them up here. They can feed. They can eat. And people are like, well, you still got to feed them. No, no, no. You don't have to feed horses when they're out on grass all day. That's their normal diet right there. And then, you just give them a mineral block and a salt block, and they're good to go in water. They're good to go. You don't have to waste food on them. They stay fat and healthy. And
Yeah.
ours did anyhow on pasture. The only ones we fed that real good was our show horses. So we fed them some grain and oats and things like that, and kept them in stalls so they wouldn't get up, beat up out there. And that so. But other than that, I'm gonna get off here too. I'm gonna go and
Okay.
watch
Well,
some
thanks for
videos
coming
and
up.
that. Well, you
All
know me,
right. Well,
Shannon. Us
okay.
older women gotta stick together. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear you.
All
Okay. All
right,
right.
I'll
Well,
talk
you
to you
take.
later, love. You take care.
Okay. All right. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live because I've got to get ready and go get my puppy dog. I can't wait to see him. So, I can't wait to see him. So I appreciate everyone coming in and just talking about this and that, having a positive time, keeping things good, starting our week off great. So again, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. And I'll be on live again sometime.